Many of us here today think history is exciting, but next up is someone who not only makes history exciting, but fun, and he does it with music. So here to perform a few songs for us is the state of Connecticut's first troubadour and a good friend, Tom Callanan. Tom.
Morning. This first song happens to be our state song. Anybody know what that could be? What could it be? Yankee Doodle. Excellent. Yankee Doodle was written in 1758. It was a song of mockery to mock the Connecticut militia, actually, from western Connecticut. A British soldier, Colonel Shuckburgh, had the unfortunate privilege of dealing with, on a daily basis, people from western Connecticut, and he just couldn't stand their lack of military bearing. And so he wrote about them being doodles. A doodle, someone not too swift in the noodle. And if you look at the song, he comes riding not on a steed or a stallion or a thoroughbred or even a horse. He comes riding on what? Pony, a little diminutive horse. See? So already the mockery starts. And then in the hats of the officers, you would know this, on the visors or bills of field officers, today we call it scrambled eggs. Anybody ever heard that expression, scrambled eggs? Any of you heard it now? Okay, come on back. Okay. I don't know where you went, but... Okay, so scrambled eggs. But back in colonial times, it was known as macaroni. Okay, badges of distinction, ermine, ostrich plumes, all kinds of stuff. So the idea of this song is that the Connecticut doodles were such bumpkins, they'd just pick up a regular sparrow feather, stick it in their hat, and now it's called macaroni. Made them a field marshal or something. So anyway, that's what happened. Then in 1777, the song was used to turn around and mock the British as they surrendered at Saratoga due to the leadership of a Norwich general. Anybody know who that might be? Benedict Arnold. You heard of him? He was a great general. And then, 4 years later, he flipped out and became a great traitor. Go figure. His mom's buried right over there. Check it out. It's amazing. So anyway, and then in 1977, this song became our state song. Okay? That's a nutshell for the nutmeg. Here we go. Yankee Doodle. Yankee Doodle went to town riding on a pony, stuck a feather in his and called it macaroni. Yankee Doodle, keep it up, Yankee Doodle dandy, mind the music and the step and with the girls be handy. Father and I went down to camp along with Captain Good, and there we saw the men and boys as thick as hasty pudding. Yankee Doodle, keep it up, Yankee Doodle dandy, mind the music and the step, with the girls be handy. There was Captain Washington upon a slapping stallion, giving orders to his men, there must have been a million. Yankee Doodle, keep it up, Yankee Doodle dandy, mind the music and with the girls be handy. There we saw the men and boys as rich as Squire David. What they wasted every day we wish you could be saving. Yankee Doodle, keep it up, Yankee Doodle dandy, mind the music and the step, with the girls be one more time. Yankee Doodle, keep it up, Yankee Doodle dandy, mind the music and the step, with the girls be handy. Thank you. Thank you very much. So now I'm going to sing a song I wrote about Samuel Huntington. In In 1995, I wrote this song, and it's called Samuel Huntington. Go figure. My genius just astounds me sometimes. At least that's what the guy in the mirror tells me. Okay, so the chorus to the song is, who was Connecticut's favorite son in the days of Washington and Jefferson? You've heard of those guys? He was born in 1731, and his name was...
Samuel Huntington.
There you go. Almost writes itself. Who was Connecticut's favorite son in the days of Washington and Jefferson? He was born in 1731, and his name was Samuel Huntington. Want to try it? Who was Connecticut's favorite son in the days of Washington and Jefferson? He was born in 1731, and his name was Samuel Huntington. Raised as a farmer, he loved the land. Trained as a cooper, he learned how bands could bind loose staves to make them stand. And great things can come from a common man. His life reads like a storybook, from the Scotland farm at Merrick's Brook to serving the state in all he undertook after studying the law and borrowed books. Here we go. Who was Connecticut's favorite son in the days of Washington and Jefferson? He was born in 1731, and his name was Samuel Huntington. King's attorney for Connecticut, till ties with the crown had to be cut. Elected assemblyman in 64, joined the Safety Council as thoughts turned to war. A justice of the peace, an elected assistant, one of the standing order. His rise was consistent, as if he had a master plan to be declared our country's Uncle Sam. For who was Connecticut's favorite son in the days of Washington and Jefferson? He was born in 1731, and his name was Samuel Huntington. In 75, he was delegated to the Continental Congress, where history awaited. Signed his Samuel on the Declaration, elected first president of the brand new nation. Georgia, what's his name, called Sam president. And in 84, back home he went to Connecticut for retirement. But that's not how Sam's remaining years were spent. You know it yet? Who was Connecticut's favorite son in the days of Washington and Jefferson? He was born in 1731, and his name was Samuel Huntington. In his last 12 years, though often sick, Chief Justice, Lieutenant Governor, and from 1786, elected governor 10 years in a row. That's a bit of history everyone should know. But fame is such a fickle game. One who did so much should be remembered by his name, not as Samuel, who is an identity a mystery, but as our first president, a shining light of history. For who was Connecticut's favorite son in the days of Washington and Jefferson? He was born in 1731, and his name was Samuel Huntington. 2 centuries later, a trust been formed to restore the home where Sam was born. And if we are a grateful nation, we'll repay his years of service with our donation. For who was Connecticut's favorite son in the days of Washington and Jefferson? He was born in 1731, and his name was Samuel Huntington. One more time. Yes, who was Connecticut's favorite son in the days of Washington and Jefferson? He was born in 1731, and his name was Samuel Huntington. What's his name? His name was Samuel Huntington. Who? His name was Samuel Huntington. Thank you. Thank you.
Tom Callan, thank you very much.